Hi everyone, it's Pete here. In this video I'm going to be having a look at the performance of Lipo and NiMH batteries, or NiMH batteries, in a couple of Tamiya buggies. The buggies in question are my Terra Scorcher that's got a brushless motor and my Hornet which has got a brushed motor. The batteries I'm using are this 5000 mAh NiMH battery and this 4000 mAh Lipo battery. Now one thing that's worth saying is that the NiMH batteries are supposed to be 7.2 volts and the Lipo batteries are supposed to be 7.4 volts. If you look at the voltage readings of these freshly charged batteries, you can see that the Lipo battery is showing 8.37 volts and the NiMH battery is showing 8.42 volts, so it's actually higher. Both batteries actually go through a range of voltages between fully charged and discharged. The Lipo battery should really get up to 8.4 volts fully charged, but this one's a few years old now. The difference is with Lipo is that the speed of the car stays more consistent throughout the run, whereas with the NiMH batteries you tend to notice them getting slower throughout the run. For the speed test I use a freshly charged battery each time. The Lipo battery does need to stay above a certain voltage to avoid being damaged, so you need to make sure your ESC low voltage cutoff is set correctly. So first of all let's have a look at the Terra Scorcher with a 2S Lipo battery. Just need to wait for these horses to move. They act like they live here. I'm speed testing the car today on grass. I did previously speed test the Terra Scorcher on tarmac. Oh, that didn't end well. Got a bit of a scrape on the roof. I'm not going to make that mistake again, so I'm just warming the car up. Little jump, couldn't hurt, could it? That didn't quite go to plan. I really didn't want to do that. Now I might have said previously that I thought brushless was a bit much for this one. I'm going to disagree with myself actually, this is running great. I think the problem I had before was that sand got in the tyres and it was all unbalanced and a bit wibbly wobbly, but I've got some new wheels and tyres on this and it's really good. You might notice this has got black wheels and there's a really interesting story behind why that is. I ruined the white wheels and I needed new ones and the black ones were cheaper. I said really interesting story, I meant really dull story, sorry. Also you might notice this has got metal shocks on it now. Got these JKRC shocks for it. They do look much better than the yellow ones, but the springs they came with were way too hard for this car. I did spend quite a long time going through my spare springs to try and find some that worked better. It's still not 100% perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Anyway, on to the speed test. The brushless set in this is the Absolute Thrust 3421 kV. It's quite possibly the one that used to be in the Hornet. Okay, let's see how it did. So 32 miles per hour, that's exactly the same as it did on tarmac. So onto the NiMH battery in the Terra Scorcher. Now to be honest, it doesn't seem very different at the moment. It's worth saying that the NiMH batteries are heavier than the Lipo batteries. This particular one's 440 grams, whereas that Lipo is only 220 grams, so the NiMH is actually twice the weight. Must make a bit of difference in these little cars. So it's running well as you can see, but how did it do in the speed test? There's possibly a bit less acceleration, but it does seem quite similar. So it's 29 miles per hour. That's 3 miles per hour less than the Lipo battery. Onto the Hornet then. It's got a standard silver cam brush 540 motor. This is the one that you get in the kit. This is with the 2S Lipo, and as you can see it's not particularly quick. I did previously have a brushless setup in this, but I think it was a little bit too much for this aged platform. With the brushless motor this one did 27 miles per hour. But how's it going to do with the brush motor? Oh, it's quite slow, isn't it? The footage is a bit dull. What this needs is a dog or something to liven it up. Oh, there you go. So there's a bit of jeopardy now. Will the Hornet survive the speed test without getting chewed up? It certainly hasn't got enough speed to outrun the dog. Going to make a hasty exit from this one, I think. So what have we got? 18 miles an hour, not too bad. Onto the NiMH battery in the Hornet to see what difference it makes. Now really it does seem pretty much exactly the same. So it seems about the same, but is it actually any slower? Oh, this is a bit slow and dull as well, isn't it? I wish that dog had come back. Let's see what we got. 17 miles per hour, so only 1 mile per hour less than with Lipo. So that's it for the testing. So in conclusion, the battery type doesn't make all that much difference if you've got a little lightweight buggy like the Hornet and a silver cam motor. If anything, the heavier NiMH battery might stop it hopping so much. The Lipo batteries do seem to make more difference with a brushless motor in terms of speed and acceleration. think the real difference with Lipo comes with the higher voltage ones like the 3S and above. I don't think you can really replicate that sort of performance with NiMH batteries. If you haven't seen it already, have a look at the test I did with my 3S Armour trucks. So that's about it for this one. Thank you ever so much if you made it this far. Please press like if you liked it and maybe leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.